Hello and welcome. I was watching, actually, let me start over. Renee's Garden came to my channel and she was checking out and commenting on some of my videos. So I check out Renee's Garden and my goodness, the girl has already got her seeds planted. They're coming up. She's repotting them to bigger pots before she can put them outside. She has some beautiful peppers. She's doing a bang up job over there. So check her out if you get a chance. Now, I had all this stuff. I'm just like, I don't know. Time comes quickly and goes very fast too. So I'm going to go ahead and get these in. Now, I was surprised to see that this was a Jiffy product. All I saw was the OMRI because that means it's certified organic. That's what I go for. It's what I prefer. And so I've had this, but I just have not done anything with it. And I've had these pots too. And I'm going to try something. I had these foil containers, and I'm just going to use them as a greenhouse like this. So we'll see how that does. Now, I have that place in the, it's kind of like a mud area, so that's where it's going to go. And I have never started seeds before, but that was the intended use of getting that multi-leveled shelf. Here, let me just show you. Got a mess here. So I've got this multi-level shelf here. Now you can see I brought some peppers in from last year. I've got some eggplant. I need to get that out. It's looking sad. I've got some basil growing here and some rosemary that I actually rooted that just in my windowsill in water. So I'm going to make room here to put that. Have some other pots there. But, we just don't need that much. So I'm going to clean off this area here. I'm going to leave the basil. It's really happy here. And move this down. And then we'll get those seedlings going over here. Now I have a pretty good variety of seeds I want to put in. I have some basil, peppers of all kinds, some crookneck squash, tomatoes, cucumber, and I keep trying to grow artichoke. I can get it to come up and sprout, but then when I try and put it in, transplant it, because it is a perennial, into a permanent place, then I kind of lose it. So I don't know what's going on there. Maybe I need to seed it earlier and get it planted in the early spring to take advantage of all the natural rains. I don't know. But if you have any tips on that, hit me up. I appreciate it. So I'm going to, this seed stuff, this is great. So if you're new to gardening, check this out. Everything is there. Everything you need to know. All the instructions for starting seeds. Now, it has a little greenhouse. I don't know what that is. I assume that's kind of what I'm doing here. And that's definitely 70 to 80 degrees in there, so I don't need a heat mat. And it has pretty good sun. And of course, this foil is going to reflect some of that too, which I like. But yeah, so I'm actually going to use the top, I think. One of the tops, because I have two of these. It was a set of two. I forget how much I paid for them. But I'm going to use one of these tops to just mix this, because it does need to be mixed with water before you start filling your pots here. And I have those all laid out. So let me get to doing that. Darn it. I should have got my tripod before I got all messy. But anyway. So I'm basically just taking these. I mixed it up. So yeah, you want to use your hand. I'm using one hand to mix this. But yeah, I put water in first, then I put a bunch of mix in. I kind of filled it up to the top. And then with soil. And then I kind of just massaged it in. And then it kind of got like focaccia bread. Once you got a clump kind of wet, you could lay it on top of the other stuff and it would start, putting weight on and forcing it down. But I'm just going to continue potting these up. And a little bit of dirt surprisingly goes a long way. This is probably only a third or less, and I've filled up, this is my third one so far. So we'll be right back. Okay, y'all, that was way too easy. I'm going to do another tray. All right, so this looks similar to kind of what I did last time. Kind of mounted it beyond the top of the container. And I just kind of grab it, knead it, like a cat making biscuits. So I'll continue this until it's all absorbed into this beautiful organic material. I've actually run across a couple sticks, so if you use this mix, just be careful when you're reaching in there and not to poke yourself. Because, yeah, definitely organic materials in here. Okay, and here's the consistency. It does kind of crumble a bit, but you can hear it like I am dripping water out of there. But since these containers are also cardboard, they're going to absorb a lot of that very easily. So I'm just going to leave it a little bit wet, but just add a little bit of water at a time. So, because if it's too soggy, obviously you can't undo that. So just be patient, and it will absorb the longer it sits. So that might be helpful if you put a little too much water in. So, but yeah, you only have so much mix. So just be patient and mix a little at a time. All right, so here we have it. I have all these pots ready to go, and I had these two little ones, and I had just enough dirt to take from these, and I think I am going to try an artichoke in one of these small pots and plant it earlier in the ground. Now, they do come back, but you do have to cover them. You cut them back and you cover them before the first frost, and they should come back in the spring and produce beautiful artichokes. So let's start getting some seeds in here. So this is what an artichoke seed looks like. So I'm going to put one in this little one and one in this large one. It says on the back, planting instructions, 6 to 8 weeks. And then depth, 1/2 inch. Got it. Will do. Let's do this. Seems kind of deep, huh? We'll see. I think they'll really sprout well in this moist soil. All right. Now these seeds, hold on. I think my camera just flipped there a bit. Anyway, so I have these squash, crookneck. These came from a feed store you see up out in Watkinsville area. There's a big seed place out there. They were packed for 2021. Again, I've got a lot of old seeds. I know it, but they grow, so I'm not complaining. But I got these on trade for a chicken coop from some guy that lived out near Athens. So that was pretty cool. Alright, so I planted 2 crookneck squash. I only planted 1 in the garden last year. And let me tell you, you know if you've ever planted squash. And for those who don't, fair warning. Those suckers, you look out there and think there's nothing there, and the next day there are 3 that are oversized. So it happens to all of us. But I also like squash blossom. So, stuffed, quesadillas, whatever. Put them in salads, whatever you like. So I'm going to grow an extra one this year in hopes of showing you one of my stuffed squash blossom recipes. I'm planting some jet star tomatoes. Look how tiny the seed is. It is pretty tiny. I'm going to put it right over here with this other. I'm putting 2 in a pot, especially since these are older seeds. I have these topped off with different peppers. I have jalapeno, bell that will, it's a rainbow bell. So I think it can be black, yellow, red, and then what do I have in the back? Some giant Chinese peppers. So I'm going to continue planting here. What else? I've got some cherry tomato seeds I'm going to put in over here. I have one more slot over here. I'm not sure what to put in there. So I'll have to figure that out. Trying to kind of pick seeds that will germinate at the same time. We'll see how that goes. So I have here some cucumber seeds. I've got some long purple eggplant here. And I have been trying to grow these forever. And I'm going to give them another try this year. And we'll see what happens. I have that one pot left over here. And that's what I'll be putting in that. Then we're going to put them in the window. So if you've never had a ground cherry, I believe it's indigenous to Peru. So there are many names under which this is called, but you can see it has a husk like a tomatillo. And you want to wait till that is completely dry. Otherwise, these babies might be poisonous. However, they taste like, they look like a tomato, waxy, shiny tomato, but they actually taste like pineapple, and they're delicious, and they're full of antioxidants. So I hope to get to grow some, and apparently they can come back on their own too. But again, I've not had any luck growing the first one, so we're going to try this. And there we have it. It's going to be home for a couple of days, well, a couple of weeks probably, or more. Well, actually, we're just getting into, it's mid-February. So, I guess longer than that, a month and a half maybe. So, we'll see. But they should germinate. We'll take those lids off once they do. And it's an experiment. I've never done this before. But, I have this nice room. Has a heating vent right here. It does get pretty warm here. And you can see I'll do a quick, like I said, there's my rosemary. There you can see everything with the light on. The jalapeno in the back. This one may be gone for good. This one may be too. A lot of these suffered when I was out of town, so but we will be staying close to home for quite a while. I think we're good. So in conclusion, let me know if you're growing anything. You can also, go ahead and start some perennial type seeds if you like, or annuals, and save a lot of money there if you're one to buy plants. So I'm looking forward to this. This took me less than an hour, and I'm filming. So if I hadn't been filming and just focused on this, and I had some other distractions, this would have been done a long time ago. So a little bit of my time and a little cost in seed and organic material, and we're going to save a lot of money at the grocery store if this does well. I mean, think about it. Even if we got 4 fruit or vegetable, whatever, per plant, we're already ahead. So I'm always looking at ways to cut my food costs these days, and I think a lot of other people are too, and this is a good solution. And you can, who was it? Oh, Harris Seed. So I just ordered off of them, and I kind of have a video coming up on how I went through their seed catalog. And they have grow bags that are plastic. They have grow bags that are burlap. They have a lot of options for apartment dwellers that are not very expensive. I think the plastic bags with drain holes already put in them were something like, and they look like the type I've seen people grow potatoes in. They were, or similar, because they did have holes, drain holes, but they were, I think, 10 for $25. I mean, negligible, but it's the dirt to fill something plastic like that that gets me. So I also got the wood for our next project. I'm going to build the fourth garden bed in the back. So we won't be able to utilize it this year because it takes a lot of debris to fill it up. We have some, but you'll see. We'll take you on that journey. But anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you in another episode of, hey, do I have a green thumb or a brown thumb? I don't know. We'll call it something. But y'all take care. We'll see you later.